My beloved child, listen to me very closely right now. Don't wait another minute. I am not speaking to you about yesterday's missed opportunities, and I'm not asking you to worry about tomorrow's unknown challenges. I am here in this moment, and I'm calling your name today because today holds a sacred weight you've overlooked. I've seen you hesitate, caught between regrets of the past and fears about what's coming next. But I am stepping into this very hour to tell you that now is where my power is ready to meet you. There's a door that only opens when your heart responds in real time, not in theory, not in planning, but in immediate surrender. You've been hoping for me to speak clearly, and I am doing just that. I need you today. The reason this matters so deeply is because today has divine appointments that won't exist tomorrow. The people I want you to reach, the steps I want you to take, the courage I want to ignite in you, they are all tied to this date on the calendar. The enemy wants you to believe you can delay, but I am showing you that postponing your purpose is a silent agreement with distraction. This is not just a regular day. I designed this one with breakthroughs coded into its moments. If you skip it, the atmosphere I've prepared will sit unused. That's why I've come to shake you from delay, to remind you that today is holy ground. Don't make the mistake of thinking you need more preparation. What you need is alignment with me. The river of my grace is flowing right now, and you're invited to step into it. Don't let today pass while waiting for a sign. This message is the sign. If you feel the weight in your heart as you hear these words, that's me pulling you into divine urgency. Don't scroll away, don't silence my whisper, and don't think this is for someone else. It's you I'm talking to. Why here? Right now. I need you today. Do not wait for the perfect time, my child, because the perfect time is an illusion meant to delay your destiny. I place something powerful within you, something eternal, something sacred. But that gift I embedded deep in your spirit will not come alive through idle comfort or postponed faith. It will not rise in the shadows of convenience or safety. I need you to understand. This holy deposit is activated by your movement, not by comfort, not by control, but by raw trust. You've been carrying something weighty inside, ideas, dreams, assignments, callings that are not random. They are not ordinary. They are divine installations meant to erupt when obedience meets the moment. And that moment is now. If you wait until you feel more confident, you will miss the strength I only provide when you step out. If you delay until life gets easier, you will miss the supernatural wind that only rushes behind bold decisions made in the middle of uncertainty. I didn't ask you to feel ready, I asked you to trust me. The enemy wants to rock you to sleep with excuses that sound wise. He whispers to you, maybe later, maybe when you're more prepared, maybe when things are calmer. But I am not the voice of maybe. I am the voice of now. What I put inside you is not meant to be stored. It's not a decoration for your soul, it's a divine trigger meant to explode when you decide to walk forward in faith. You've been praying for me to move, but I am waiting on you to act. You keep asking me for acceleration, but I already placed momentum in your hands. What I put inside you will sit dormant as long as your feet stand still. You have a fire waiting to be sparked, but the match is in your decision to respond today. Not later. Not when it's easy. Not when it's clear. Right now, as it is. You've been asking what your purpose is, but purpose doesn't come alive while you wait. Purpose grows when you begin. So begin, even if it's small. Begin, even if your voice trembles. Begin, even if the path ahead is blurry. Every giant move of my spirit begins with a fragile step of faith. And that's what I'm calling for. Today, in this hour, I did not plant purpose in you to remain buried under fear. I placed it in you to bring change, first in you, then through you. But it can't do that while you're standing still. It requires activation. And the activator is obedience that doesn't wait. So stop calculating. Stop overthinking. Start moving. And you will watch the gift I gave you come to life like fire catching wind. I'm waiting to partner with you. But I cannot bless what you won't release. I cannot elevate what you refuse to offer. I need you to move now. Not someday. not eventually, not when it's easier. I need you today. You may not realize it, my child, but every time you hesitate, you unknowingly extend an invitation to interference. Every delay, every maybe later, every not yet creates an opening, a gap where confusion, fear, and doubt creep in like thieves in the night. I am speaking to you now because I see what you cannot. I see the battles forming in the distance, the traps being set in subtle ways, all designed to lure you away from the path I've paven. You've cried out to be protected, and I want to shield you, but understand this. My protection often flows through your obedience. When you say yes to me in the moment I call, you slam shut the doors where deception would otherwise slip through. Delaying doesn't seem dangerous at first, it feels harmless, even rational. But what starts as hesitation quickly becomes entanglement. The longer you wait, the harder it is to see clearly. That is why I'm drawing your attention now, with urgency, with clarity, with love that doesn't hold back truth. I've watched you wrestle with indecision, torn between divine instruction and earthly comfort. But child, indecision is not neutral, it's a breeding ground for spiritual sabotage. I want to help you reclaim your territory, but that begins with your commitment today, not tomorrow. When you say yes to me right now with no reservations, you close the windows where distraction flutters in. You silence the voices that feed anxiety. You interrupt the cycles that have kept you stagnant. Your yes is not just an agreement, it's a weapon. It severs what the enemy has tried to attach to your timeline. It shuts off the noise that tries to confuse your discernment. And it reclaims your authority to walk in freedom. Every time you respond quickly to my leading, you reclaim ground that was almost lost. So I urge you, don't allow fear to trick you into waiting. Don't mistake pause for wisdom when I am clearly moving you forward. The enemy will always offer reasons to wait, but I offer results that only come from immediate trust. This day, this very hour, has opportunities attached to it that expire when ignored. The battle is not always loud, it's often quiet, hidden in moments of indecision. But you have the power to tip the scales in your favor by simply choosing me without delay. And in doing so, you create alignment that the enemy cannot unravel. Your obedience activates divine reinforcement. Your yes today silences whispers of compromise. Your willingness to move now sends a message to darkness. This one belongs to Jesus, and they are not playing games with purpose. I am here. I am ready. And I am knocking because I don't want the delay to cost you what I've already prepared. So, my child, close the door. Don't leave it cracked open. Give me your full yes, not when it's easy, but when it's necessary. I promise you, what's waiting on the other side of that yes will outweigh everything you leave behind. Say it now. Say it loud. Say it with courage. I'm waiting to move, but I need your response. I need you today. You may think this day is like any other, but I assure you, it's not. My child, this day hath been carved out of eternity and marked by my hands for something greater than you know. Before your feet even touched the ground this morning, I had already woven divine encounters into the fabric of today. I lined up unseen grace. I positioned moments of breakthrough. I anointed this day with blessings reserved specifically for your obedience in this window of time. But these things aren't automatically released, they respond to the decisions you make right now. The choices you take in faith today are the keys that unlock what I've been holding in readiness. I don't speak in riddles, I speak in seasons. And this season hinges on what you decide in this present moment. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. The miracle is real, but it is motion sensitive. It responds when you move forward, not when you stand still. I am not withholding from you, I am waiting on your response. I am eager to show you what my hands have prepared, but I will not pour it out into a life that refuses to receive. Your surrender is the vessel that holds what I've been aching to release. This is not a small moment. It's a divine tipping point. And if you lean into it fully, humbly, courageously, you will see the heavens respond in ways that shift everything. Some doors you've prayed to open have hinges tied to today's obedience. Some answers you've longed for are sealed in your present action. That's why I stirred your heart this morning. That's why the urgency hasn't left your chest. That's why the voice inside you keeps whispering, "Don't delay." Because the miracle isn't far, it's positioned right at the edge of your yes. And the longer you wait, the more you risk missing the window I've opened just for you. You don't need to understand the full picture to take the first step. You just need to trust that I don't waste time calling those I haven't already equipped. You keep asking for my hand, but I'm offering you my heart. If you walk with me today, I will unveil what's been hidden. I will confirm what you've questioned. I will release what's been held back, not because you earned it, but because you align with me in the moment I asked. Some breakthroughs don't arrive by striving. They come through surrender at the right time. And child, this is the time. This is the day of release. The day of decision. The day I marked on your timeline before you were even born. Don't treat it casually. Don't scroll past it. Don't silence the stirring within you. Heaven is leaning toward earth today, waiting for your reply. I've appointed blessings that are too heavy to carry if you're not positioned in obedience. But if you step forward now, you'll discover I've already made a way where you feared there was none. You'll see barriers fall, provision flow, strength rise, and clarity descend like fresh rain. So don't look around. Don't compare. Don't reason yourself out of what I'm doing. Just say yes. Just lean in. Just open your hands and heart and receive what I'm so ready to give. I'm not asking for your perfection, I'm asking for your participation. Because I need you today. There's so much more happening around you right now than your eyes can see. My beloved, I've been at work long before you even knew what today would hold. While you were resting, I was orchestrating divine timing. I've positioned people, shaped circumstances, and shifted outcomes to create a precise moment in time that only today can carry. This is not just coincidence. This is not luck. It's me, your Savior, carefully interweaving your journey with others who are carrying the next key to your breakthrough. Conversations are waiting to unfold that will confirm your next step. Encounters are already in motion that will redirect your path. Someone is preparing to reach out to you, and they don't even know yet that they're being guided by my Spirit. But if you step out of alignment, if you choose to stay where it feels safest, if you allow comfort to override conviction, you will miss what I've carefully prepared for this day. I don't waste my precision. I'm a God of timing, and I've calibrated the movement of heaven and earth around your obedience today. That's how important you are to me. That's how deeply I want you to know this isn't random. Your hesitation may seem small to you, but it can unravel arrangements I've spent seasons setting in place. I need you to see how much I've invested in this very hour of your life. You've been praying for direction, and I've been answering, just not always in the way you expected. You thought my answer would be a loud declaration, but instead, it's been a quiet aligning. Shifting your environment, bringing new people, closing certain doors, opening new ones. I've routed detours so you could arrive at this crossroads. But it only becomes revelation when you respond with obedience. Child, you are not late. You are not behind. You are right where I need you to be, as long as you trust me now. If you listen closely, you'll notice that conversations around you are echoing what I've placed in your spirit. If you pay attention, you'll see how certain interactions are unusually timely. That's not a coincidence, it's a divine arrangement. I've been weaving people's hearts together so that what I need to speak into your life can come through the mouths of others who don't even know they're being used by me. That's how intentional I am with you. I've been setting the stage, moving parts you couldn't imagine, even changing the schedules of others to make sure they'd cross paths with you in this appointed time. But all of it leads to one thing: your choice to recognize it and walk in it. You can't afford to overlook this day. I have done the part you cannot do. Now I'm inviting you to do the part only you can respond. If you stay frozen, these divine alignments may pass you by, not because I've removed them, but because you didn't step into the room I prepared. I don't want that for you. I want you to be in sync with what I've set in motion. I want you to see how perfectly I've tailored today for your destiny to breathe. There are no wasted steps in my plan, only delayed responses from hearts I long to activate. I have never needed perfection, but I do need your willingness. Will you let me lead? Will you trust that my arrangements are better than your hesitation? Will you understand that I've gone ahead of you, and now all that remains is for you to follow the trail I've blazed? Your presence in the moment I've orchestrated is the final piece. Everything else is ready. And that's why I say it again, with urgency, with compassion, with unwavering certainty. I need you today. My beloved, you may feel small in this vast world, but the impact of your obedience today will echo far beyond what your eyes can measure. You see yourself as one person trying to survive, trying to figure things out, but I see the generations tucked inside your faithfulness. Every time you say yes to me in a moment of uncertainty, you set off a chain reaction that carries into the lives of people you may never meet. You have no idea how your single act of courage, your quiet decision to obey, your small step of faith today can become the very foundation for someone else's freedom tomorrow. This day, this decision, this moment is not isolated. I am a generational God. I don't just move in one life, I move through one life into many. And when I look at you, I don't just see your present struggle. I see how your breakthrough will blaze a trail for the ones coming after you. There are battles your children will never have to fight because you chose to say yes today. There are curses that will be broken not because you shouted louder, but because you obeyed quicker. There are blessings that will flow like rivers through your family tree because you decided to follow me even when it didn't make sense. You have prayed for me to change the story, and I am. But the rewriting begins with what you choose right now. The ripple effect of your obedience will reach further than your lifetime. People will rise from your example. They will stand taller because you knelt in surrender. They will walk freely because you refused to be chained by fear. You are not just stepping into destiny for yourself. You are becoming the doorway for others to walk through. Heaven keeps records differently than the world. While others are counting achievements, I'm counting moments of obedience. One yes to me is worth more than years of striving without me. I'm not asking you to save everyone, I'm asking you to obey me in what I'm calling you to do today. That's where legacy is born. Not in noise, but in silent alignment. The decisions you make now will shape atmospheres. They will build altars. They will make room for me in places where I've been shut out for generations. The choice to obey today is not light, it carries weight. It shakes things in the spiritual realm. It undoes lies that have lived too long in your bloodline. You're not just fighting for yourself, you're standing on behalf of those who didn't know they had a choice. And your surrender becomes their chance. My child, I trust you with this assignment because I've equipped you with more than you know. I place courage in your bones, clarity in your ears, and truth in your heart. But you must act. You must step forward today. Because the ripple can't begin until you drop the stone of obedience into the waters of this moment. Don't believe the lie that your life is insignificant. The enemy would love for you to think this decision doesn't matter. But I'm telling you, this is a generational shift. This is a holy pivot. You are standing at a gate, and what flows through it tomorrow depends on how you respond today. You've asked me for change. You've cried out for impact. This is how it begins. Not with applause, but with surrender. Not with full understanding, but with full trust. Don't let fear keep you from birthing something eternal. Don't allow hesitation to rob your children of the inheritance I designed for them. What I start in you will not end with you, but it must begin today. I am speaking clearly, and I am speaking now. For their sake. For your sake. For the sake of my name being glorified through your lineage. Stand up. Step out. Don't wait for permission from people who weren't assigned to your calling. You've been chosen, not just for yourself, but for the many. So walk forward. Do it afraid. Do it unsure. Just don't stay still. Because with every ounce of love and purpose in me, I'm telling you again, I need you today. The storehouses of heaven are not closed, they are full, overflowing, waiting for a single thing: your agreement. My child, do you realize how much I've prepared on your behalf? Do you understand the magnitude of what I've been holding, not because I want to withhold, but because I've been waiting for you to match your heart with my will? The resources, the open doors, the strength, the answers, they are not delayed because they aren't ready. They are delayed because your alignment hasn't met my instruction. That's why I come to you now, not to condemn, but to awaken you. I'm not asking for you to be perfect. I'm asking for your heart to say yes completely, fully, now. You see, I move through consent, not because I lack power, but because I honor the free will I placed in you. I won't override your silence with my abundance. I won't force destiny upon you while you sit undecided. But I will flood your life with miracles the moment your spirit comes into harmony with my calling. The blessings you've been waiting for aren't locked, they're activated by your agreement. And today I am standing in front of you with open hands, saying, will you agree with me? Will you believe that I truly know what's best for you? Will you let go of the timing you expected and step into the timetable I've ordained? Heaven is not idle. My angels are not confused. Every detail had been assigned, every resource appointed, every miracle numbered. They are lined up like soldiers, waiting for your agreement to release them. Your faith is the signal. Your obedience is the gate. And I will not pour oil where the vessel remains closed. My presence is ready to saturate your atmosphere, to change your thinking, to restore what you thought was beyond repair, but I'm asking you to unlock the flow by trusting me fully today. This is not the season to second guess. This is not the hour to hold back. This is the moment where I stand ready to pour out what you've long been praying for, but only if you move in agreement with what I'm speaking now. You've asked me why things feel stuck, why the breakthrough seems near but not quite here. The answer is simple. What I've prepared is waiting on what you decide. Your yes breaks the dam. Your surrender releases what has been withheld, not by me, but by hesitation. When your heart says yes, your future changes shape. When your steps follow my voice, time itself begins to bend in your favor. I am not reluctant to bless you. I am not uncertain about your calling. I am not undecided about your purpose. I'm convinced. I'm confident. I'm ready. I've been ready. But I will not override your delay with divine outpouring. I will wait not because I lack desire, but because I desire your full participation. And I've waited long enough, haven't I? You felt the tug, the pull, the urgency. That's me. I'm not pulling you backward, I'm pulling you into promise. But you have to answer. You have to step in. You have to let your spirit say, even if I don't understand it all, I trust you now. That's when the pouring begins. That's when the release breaks through the invisible ceiling. That's when your atmosphere shifts. Not because I suddenly changed my mind, but because you finally stepped into agreement with what I had in mind all along. I'm not far away. I'm right here. Heaven is leaning in. The breakthrough is in arm's reach. I'm not teasing you with hope, I'm inviting you into fulfillment. But I won't drag you in. I need you to agree. I need your yes to match my plan. Not tomorrow. Not when it's safer. Not when you feel stronger. I need your agreement today. I need you today. There is a reason you felt an invisible pressure weighing down on your soul. The heaviness, the confusion, the strange fatigue that shows up when you're just about to make progress. That's not random. The enemy knows he cannot destroy what I've called, but he will do everything possible to convince you to stay silent, still, and passive. Because he understands something that you often forget. Your movement carries authority. Every time you decide to step forward, especially when it's hard, you disrupt the atmosphere he has tried to suffocate. Every time you choose action over fear, you break his illusion of control. Passivity is the enemy's favorite strategy because it requires no noise, no attack, no chaos, just stillness where there should be boldness. But my child, I didn't raise you to shrink back. I didn't anoint you to sit quietly while your mind is bombarded with lies. You've been tormented by thoughts that were never yours. You've been entangled in cycles that were never written into your story. And I'm telling you with love and urgency, the way out is not waiting, it's moving. Today, your decision to act becomes a sword that slices through the whispers that have held you captive. There is more spiritual power in your obedience than in any enemy strategy. But if you do nothing, you agree with his narrative. I know that's hard to hear, but I speak truth because I love you too deeply to let you stay bound. The moment you stand up and take the step I've asked you to take, torment begins to lose its grip. When you say, "I'm doing this scared, but I'm doing it anyway," you strike a blow to darkness that years of waiting could never accomplish. The lie that says you're not enough, it crumbles when you act in my strength. The fear that says you'll fail again, it breaks when you simply move forward and trust that I will meet you there. The shame that's tried to muzzle your voice, it begins to disintegrate the second you speak what I've placed inside you. I have not left you defenseless. I have equipped you with armor, authority, and my very presence. But it's useless if you leave it lying untouched. This day was not designed for retreat, it was designed for reclaiming. And what you reclaim is not just your peace, but your clarity, your identity, and your ability to hear me clearly again. I want that for you. I want your mind free from the spinning. I want your heart steady again. I want your sleep to return. I want you to wake up with purpose instead of dread. But the key is in your action. The enemy has mocked you long enough. He's whispered lies long enough. He's clouded your vision long enough. I say it ends now, not with more hoping, but with holy motion. You have cried tears in the night, thinking I was silent. I wasn't. I was waiting for you to use what I already gave you. The silence will break when your obedience rises. The torment will end when your movement begins. So rise. Don't wait to feel fearless. Fear is not your master. And I never needed you to be fearless, I only needed you to be willing. As soon as you step, I'll stabilize you. As soon as you speak, I'll fill your words. As soon as you move, I'll multiply your effort. But you must act. That's the moment everything changes. Not later. Not when the enemy stops lying, he never will. But when you decide to stop listening and start moving, the atmosphere will bow. Because I am with you. Because I have gone before you. Because I will not let you fall when you walk in faith. My child, the battle is not stronger than your obedience. So take the step. Raise your voice. Leave the comfort zone. Let the enemy know you will no longer be silent. Because you finally understand I need you today. You've asked me again and again to make things clear, to confirm what you're feeling, to show you something undeniable, to send a sign that removes all your doubts. My precious one, do you not realize that I am doing that right now? This message, these words stirring in your chest, are not ordinary. This is not your mind wandering. This is me, your Lord, leaning in with a personal word straight to your soul. I am speaking louder than ever before, not with thunder, not with flashing lights, but with precision and love so sharp it cuts through confusion. I've been answering you, but you've been expecting me to show up in ways I never promised. I speak through stillness. I reveal through truth. And I confirm through peace that settles deep inside you when you finally stop running. This moment is not random. I'm interrupting your scroll, your silence, your situation, to meet you exactly where you are. You don't need to look for another sign, I'm already here. Right now. This is not just text. This is a holy encounter. Do you feel the weight of my words resting on your spirit? That's me calling out to you, not with distance, but with intimacy. I know how long you've waited. I know how desperately you've wanted clarity. And I am telling you, this is it. The confirmation you've cried for is wrapped in these sentences. But will you see it? Will you treat this as sacred? Or will you wait for another miracle while ignoring the one I've already placed in front of you? The enemy wants you to keep asking for signs so you never actually respond. But I want you to respond so you'll see signs that follow obedience. You've gotten used to searching for outward evidence while neglecting the inward stirring I've been sending again and again. Your spirit already knows this is me. That still, gentle nudge that keeps returning. That whisper that doesn't let go. That sudden wave of emotion you can't explain. That's me. I don't want to keep proving myself over and over while you stand still. I want you to believe me when I speak the first time. You keep wondering if it's really my voice, but haven't I spoken to you like this before? Don't you remember when I stirred your heart in a way no one else could? Don't you recall when something inside you felt too deep for human words? That was me. It's always been me. And I haven't changed. You've just grown used to noise, and I'm calling you back to stillness where you can recognize me again. This message is sacred space. This moment is holy ground. Don't treat it like a passing thought. This is a response to your recent prayer, the one you prayed when no one else was listening. The one you thought I may have ignored. I didn't. I captured every word, and now I'm responding with a clarity you can't deny. I'm answering not with symbols but with sentences. I'm coming to you through what feels ordinary and filling it with extraordinary presence. That's what I do. I show up in quiet rooms, in whispered words, in divine timing that only looks obvious after you've obeyed. But today, I want you to obey before the evidence arrives. That's trust. That's maturity. That's faith. I know it's hard. I know you've been hurt before. But I never left you. And I will now. My voice is steady, and I'm calling you with urgency. Stop searching for another sign, and realize that this moment is the answer. Don't let it pass by. Don't push it aside. Your spirit is already awake, let your will match it. What you do next matters more than you know. I'm not asking you to understand everything, I'm asking you to recognize me. And now that you do, there is only one thing left to say. I need you today. You may not see it when you look in the mirror, but I've placed power within you, real, undeniable, life-shifting power. You don't need to wait for another title, another platform, another moment to feel more spiritual. What I've placed in you is already active, waiting for your surrender, not your perfection. The words I whisper to your spirit were never meant to say trapped inside. There are people around you who are breaking quietly, aching for something more, and I have chosen you to be the voice that releases my healing. Not because you have it all figured out, but because you've been through pain yourself. You know what brokenness feels like. You know how it feels to cry with no words. That's why what I've placed in you is so needed today. But here's what you must understand. The healing doesn't wait for the perfect setup. It flows the moment you open your mouth in faith. When you speak what I've given you, even if your voice trembles, things begin to shift. Chains begin to loosen. Darkness begins to retreat. Not because of your volume, but because of your alignment. My power doesn't require noise, it responds to obedience. I'm urging you to speak not your opinions, but my truth. You've asked me to use you. You've prayed to make a difference. This is how it begins, with a word, a sentence, a moment of courage when it would be easier to stay quiet. The healing I want to release is already in motion, but I've chosen to send it through willing vessels. You don't need credentials to carry my power, you need boldness rooted in love. You've been silent long enough, waiting for confirmation, waiting for courage, waiting for someone else to go first. But you are the one I've equipped. You are the one I've anointed. You are the one with healing in your mouth, restoration in your presence, peace in your tone. And if you withhold it out of fear, the people I've prepared for your voice may go another day without knowing how deeply I care for them. I'm not asking you to preach. I'm asking you to speak simply, clearly, sincerely. I will fill your mouth with words you didn't prepare. I will soften hearts that have been hardened by pain. I will wrap my presence around your obedience in ways you didn't expect. And it all begins when you open up without hesitation. That hesitation, it's not wisdom, it's fear dressed in logic. It's the enemy trying to keep you passive by convincing you you're not ready. But I say you are ready. I say you've been made for this moment. There is healing waiting to be released through you, not someday, not eventually, but now. You may think you're too wounded to help others heal, but often I work through those who are still learning to walk while limping. Because in your vulnerability, I become visible. In your honesty, I shine brightest. Don't hold back what I've placed in you. Don't wait until you're fearless to begin. Speak now. Lay your hand on the broken thing. Declare hope over the barren situation. Pray over that discouraging soul. Message the person whose name won't leave your heart. The instruction won't always make sense to your mind, but it will always produce fruit when it's followed. I've already gone ahead of you. I've prepared the soil. I've softened the heart. Now I just need you to plant the word. That's how the healing begins. That's how the chains fall. Not with applause, but with one willing voice. Yours. And as you obey, you'll feel it too. The healing won't just flow through you, it will wash over you as well. You will be changed by what I do through you. And it all starts now, not later. So speak, my child. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for permission. You already have mine. I need you today. Amen.